Hello and welcome back. This is your host Tom, and to another episode here on Beautiful Ashes. Welcome back, guys. It's been a minute since I actually uploaded a video or an episode on my podcast, but hey, consistency isn't about getting it every day, but it's about getting it most of the time. That way, it actually adds up. Anyway, I think that's supposed to be a quote or something. Anyway, so let's get back to it. For today's episode, I want to talk about something that I really found quite profound when it comes to actually making progress in whatever adventure that you actually choose to follow in your life. And if you've noticed the past few episodes, they've actually been more, I don't know, maybe mindset, motivational kind of talk and less expert business thing, because I realized that a lot of the time it's not because we don't know the how to or we don't know what to do. Is a lot of the times being able to actually go ahead and doing it. And so kind of being able to bridge that gap between having the idea and actually putting it out in the world. And so the distance between that's usually the mindset issue, the motivational issue, whatever you want to call it. And so I found that for most people, that's where there's usually the mental block. And once you can get over that, it's going to be much easier for you to actually progress because you already built the bridge. Now, so what we're doing here in this episode, basically we're building the bridge to get you from an idea in your head and to actually bring it out into the world. And as we do that, we're going to run across several obstacles, as I have. And I'm sharing some of the obstacles that I went through, that I'm going through, even as I'm recording this, so that you can better help you to identify where you are. And if it actually just hits one of the few points in areas in your life, it should be able to help you. And, I'm just showing you guys what works for me. And if it doesn't work for you, that's okay. I'll be happy to hear what works for you in the comment section below. Whatever it is that you're struggling with that I'm yet to mention or I've yet to talk about. Anyway, getting right back to it. And so one of the biggest things that I found that is being able to get out of your head and into the world. And it's kind of I don't know, just kind of like a parallelism to what I was just saying right now, but it's actually the main kind of point that I'm trying to get out there. Because a lot of the times I found myself, I was stuck in my head. I'm just drawing all these plans. I have these, these outlines, these blueprints, this journey that I'm mapping in my head. Oh, I'm going to go from here to here. I'm going to do this and that. I'm going to be able to get this and get that, or I need this and need that. And then once I have all this together, then I can be able to kind of download it into reality from my mind. And I realized that that's a habit that I actually need to put an end to, because, and I don't know if you guys have the same problem, but it's actually a habit that you actually need to put an end to, because the thing is, it's not about getting everything at once out of your head and downloading it as a batch file, but it's more about downloading the pieces that you currently have and actually building out the puzzle of the picture that you're trying to build as you move forward. And so it's not so much about getting the whole picture and then downloading it as whole, but more like downloading the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle and then filling them out as you journey on. And so pretty much like building a jigsaw puzzle. You don't do it you don't start it from the picture. A lot of the times it comes in pieces and then you just assemble the pieces and you just have a picture on the box of itself, on the box of the jigsaw puzzle, and then from there you have the pieces and then you actually assemble them into the big picture. Now at this point in time, the idea in your head is not has yet to be substantiated. It has yet to take form. It is a journey whereby there's a lot of factors, that also moving factors that are going in progress, that are going to change even as you do it. And there's a lot of things that might change, might develop, that you might decide against, you might decide for. And even in this journey, there's going to be a lot of things that will change. And so the idea here is that the journey here is not clear. It is not really clear what is going to become of you, or what you're actually trying to build in the end. And so it's only until you actually take the first step, and then you can actually map out the road as you go. And so you're not going a journey that has already been established, or a route that has already been created, but you're creating a new route. So if you're going through the forest, what you're doing is you're mapping out a new path for you, for your generation, for just for being the generation of breaker or a curse breaker in your family, or whatever it is that you're trying to do. And so what happens is the journey that you're moving forward, or the journey that you decide to take, hasn't been done before by someone like you. Okay, and even if it has been done before by somebody else, they're not necessarily going to take the same journey. They're not necessarily going to have the same stories. They're not necessarily going to have the same obstacles, and they're not necessarily going to meet the same big bad wolves in the forest. Okay, if you remember the story of the Little Red Riding Hood. And so the idea here is to actually start taking the first step again and again and again, and then from that step you can actually map out your own path. And so while you have an idea, the direction of where it is you're going, remember we're talking about where are you going in that episode called Where Are You Going? The thing is, you don't have the blueprint, you don't have the measurements, you don't have the you go left, turn right after 100 meters. You don't have Google Assistant to tell you, even if you're using Google Maps to tell you where you're going. And so this picture that you're creating in your head of what you want to do or what you want to create has yet to truly it has yet to truly kind of become very clear. And so what is happening here is you're going to build it up even as you go. All right. And so the whole idea here is as soon as you can get out of your head and into the world, as soon as you can start downloading the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle that you already have and actually putting them in place, then you can be able to actually finish the picture much faster. But if you wait until you have the whole picture, by the time you actually have the whole picture, well, guess what? It's not even going to be the complete picture, number one, and number two, it's going to change. It's not going to be what you expected. And even number three, even as you do it, it's not going to go as you expected. There's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of things that are going to change. There's a lot going to be changes, not just internally on yourself, but also externally in the world. And so you might find that the picture that you actually draw up in your head at the end of the day may not be exactly what actually comes or what is actually downloaded into reality. And so the idea here is to get out of your head and into the world. Start downloading those pieces of the jigsaw puzzle into the world one by one, piece by piece. And as you move forward, you'll find once you find the first piece, you can be able to find the next piece, and then 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 you just order them around as you see it. So you know this one is going to be here, this one is going to be there, this one is going to be there, and just order them around. And then later on, maybe a year from now, 2 years, 3, 4, 5 years now, you can actually rearrange them and actually see the kind of picture that you're making and make the necessary adjustments even as you move forward. And so that's it for this episode. Just be sure to get out of your head and into the world. So stop dreaming up these dreams in your head. Stop coming up with these blueprints in your head. Stop coming up with these ideas in your head. Stop letting them sit in your head. Bring them out in the world. Download them by actually doing something about them and actually bring them into reality, into this world. That way you can actually get out of your head and into the world, and you can actually start making progress even as the picture becomes clearer with time. And so that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. As always, be sure to hit the like, share, and subscribe button, and let me know your comments and thoughts in the section below. That's it for this episode. See you on the next one. Bye.